Miss Bailey.
Miss Bailey, please.
So, are you guys happy to have them here?
I like sitting back. It's a casual sort of environment.
So we're gonna do this. We're gonna start with us asking some questions, but when you guys are interested about the 25-minute mark, you just start doing the line whenever, and you would get your chance. You can ask the staff. Can they do it? No problem.
You're gonna be standing there a while, though.
I don't care.
They do love you.
You're worth it.
Yes, queen, yes.
As you can see, we Puerto Ricans don't hide what we think.
Oh my gosh, binary domain.
Oh,
is this our makeout scene?
yeah.
Oh, shoot.
I'm patching you up.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Dan. Thank you so much.
Oh, remember, you have an accent there. You
I know, I
accents
did.
Really well.
I did. I was Chinese in this game.
So, how did you two start in this business?
Well, I started fresh out of high school. I was doing a play in the local Dallas theater community, and one of the people that was in the show with me also did voices for Dragon Ball Z, and so he asked if I was interested in auditioning for anything because he knew that there were some characters coming up, and I was like, yes, please. So he had me call Chris Sabat, and who was the voice of Vegeta and Piccolo and everything. And so I went in and I auditioned, and I originally actually got cast as Dende, a voice match for Dende, and I went in and I recorded, and I was so nervous, and then about 3 weeks went by and I didn't hear anything, and I was like, I think I was supposed to go back in and record some more. And then Chris Sabat calls me and he's like, hey, Laura, this isn't actually my job, but I feel like I need to tell you that the woman who originally played Dende came back in town, and so we replaced all your stuff. I was like, oh no. And he's like, but we really like you, and we're gonna bring you back in. And so I went back in, and I was Trunks, and that's how that happened.
Okay.
Yeah, my story is kind of attached to Laura's. I loved Dragon Ball Z when I was in college. I watched it all the time with my friends, and one day we watched until the credits started rolling, and I saw Laura's name go up the screen, and I was like, what the what? I know her! Because we had the same agency in Dallas at the time, so I called my agent. I was like, why is Laura in this show that I love? And she was like, oh yeah, she works at Funimation. It's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which is like 40 minutes from where I was going to school. I was like, oh my God! So I called Laura, and she picks up the phone. She's like, hello?
I've never gotten a phone call from Travis before.
Yeah, I've never talked to her before, and I was like, she goes, hello? And I was like,
It's like, who is this?
it's like, please let me audition at Funimation. I want to be a Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, sure, I'll be sure to do that. I'll let them know.
3 years later, I still had not gotten an audition.
That's terrible. I'm right on top of that, Rose.
For shame. Yeah, and then I did an independent film with Mike McFarlane, who was the director of Full Metal Alchemist, and so he let me got to come in and audition for a character named Roy Mustang, and that was how everything started.
Wait. When did you do Yu Yu Hakusho? Was that before or after?
It was during that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We just played a clip of you as Roy Mustang and her as Lost.
Oh.
It's epic.
How did that work out for you, Laura?
It depends on which scene we're talking about.
You're dead.
How did this work out for you, Travis?
Hey, I'm gonna get the upper hand here in 1 second. Watch him be like, oh God, no! Get the face!
Spoilers.
Okay, everything's okay.
Spoilers fetch wins.
Yeah, that's bad. Oh no!
Death
He's okay.
to shame.
He's okay. It's like Harry Potter. He's just disapparating.
It's just a flesh wound.
That's right.
It's a flesh wound.
So you two do voice acting, you do motion capture, you sing, you have a beautiful voice.
Okay.
I know he does live action because the first time I saw him, was as Big Jane in Nip Tuck.
Yep.
He was awesome at it.
Anarchist Cookbook, that's right, yeah, way back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, we both have a D&D show called Critical Role, where a bunch of crazy, nerdy voice actors play Dungeons and Dragons every Thursday night on our Twitch channel. It's amazing. If you've never played Dungeons and Dragons and you think it's some nerdy thing that you're not interested in,
You're correct.
I promise. Yeah, I promise you. Yeah, you're correct and you're wrong because it's so great. It's so much fun. Yeah, Grog the Barbarian welcomes you to Critical Role.
So, in all of these things, what is your creative process? Do you do something different from each character, or do you have like a set of rules that?
Oh, every character is completely different. So, I mean, it depends, obviously it depends on what we're doing. You know, if we're doing motion capture, it's like you're filming a movie. So you're in there and you'll record for, you know, months to a year filming that character. And then with VO, you know, you could go in once every couple months and be working on something. Something like Persona, I think I only got to record, you know, like 2 4-hour sessions, and then I was done with the whole game. And so it's like, it ends up being this amazing thing, but at the time, you don't know it because you're just seeing this little tiny portion of it.
Yeah, there are times we don't even get to play the games or see anything from the games until months and months later.
Yeah.
We don't entirely know what the entire story is. Sometimes we don't even know what the characters look like. So it's really an exercise in using your imagination and just playing pretend.
And then you do something like Infamous, where we got to go up to Seattle and talk to the team actually developing the game and talk about our characters early on, and so you really get to identify with the story the entire way through.
Yeah.
I mean, it was our faces.
It was our faces.
Catherine! This is one of those things where I had no idea what I was getting into. I had gone to like 4 recording sessions by the time I even realized what Catherine was. I was like, what? What is happening in this game right now?
And then we tried to play the game and it's super hard.
Yeah.
That's the endless difficulty curve for you.
Right.
If you could have any other profession, what would it be?
Oh man. What would you be, Trevor?
I would be a horse. And I would run free through the fields. I would be a unicorn.
That's a good job, Travis.
Yeah, it would be. I would be magical.
It is really hard though. It's really hard to think about any other career.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing this since I was in high school, you know? So it's hard to like imagine.
I'd be a wrestler. I'd be a luchador.
That's what you're Yeah, definitely. I would probably, I don't know, do something like with animals or biology or, I know. I mean, I would be a bear and I would roam the forest. I would be Trinket. That's right.
You would do something with animals. You like animals more than people sometimes.
I do. If I go to a party, I find the dog at the party and I sit and I pet the dog for the entire.
That's gonna be your profile.
Yeah, exactly.
If there was a fire,
I can talk to you easier than I can talk to other people.
if our house was on fire, she would probably grab the dog instead of me.
Because you have a brain and can get out of the house.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, Charlie has a brain too, but he doesn't know. He wouldn't know, and he's so close to the ground, he wouldn't be able to see where to go, man. I'll just love him so much.
What breed is he?
He's a miniature dachshund? I know, but he's a long-haired dachshund. So he's like super fluffy cute.
He's like a Swiffer who just
Yeah.
just picks up everything on the floor.
His tail is so long and fuzzy, and it's just like shoo, shoo, shoo. So if you take him on a walk, it's like a big bunch of leaves
All
trailing
this
behind him all the
shit
time.
in his tail.
Yeah. He's so cute.
So out of all the work you've done, what's your favorite role so far and why?
Oh, that's hard.
That's impossible. That's like trying to pick between your kids, man. You can't do that. It's tough.
Everybody knows there's a favorite.
Exactly. You all at the same time say what your favorite character is.
1, 2, 3, go.
Mustang. I heard so many Mustangs.
King Kong.
Thank you. Ooh, shit, okay. So is there a character played by another actor that you wish you would have played?
I mean, that's hard. I mean, obviously, there's projects that I love so much that it would have been amazing to be a part of, you know, like Mass Effect. I mean, come on. Commander Shepard is amazing, but I feel like I learned so much about voice acting from playing that game, like learning from Jennifer Hale and hearing what she did with the role, and I can't imagine anybody but her being Commander Shepard. She was just so good. So while, yes, I would have loved to play that part, in no way would I want to play that game without Jen's voice, you know?
She is amazing.
She's fucking phenomenal.
I wish I could have been.
I'm gonna start StarCon this year.
Oh,
Heck
yeah.
yeah, man! Tell her I said hi when she comes.
I would have liked to have been Sailor Moon. Or maybe Bubbles from the Powerpuff
I'm
Girls.
glad you take these questions so seriously, Travis.
They're our best balls of pleasure.
You could have totally done it. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
So if you could create your dream role, what would it be?
Oh, man.
Again, I just want a video game like that takes place during the Regency, so I can play something out of like Pride and Prejudice, but like in a video game. And I want to film it in mocaps, and like in the mocap suit, like I have to wear one of the dresses.
I just want to do a Kamehameha in some game. But not Dragon Ball Z, just something else. Just once.
Actually, if we could do like a Critical Role, like video game or a Critical Role animated project, that would be pretty
That
freaking
would be
cool
pretty
too.
sweet, yeah. All the money.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So hardcore fans know that you guys have been married since 2011. Congratulations.
Don't shake your head at me, showing off my beautiful ring.
How did that come to be? Was it love at first sight? Well, though I guess it wasn't because
Well, yes, you know how we met. Who is this?
Will you marry me and put me in Dragon Ball Z?
was it love in the voice booth?
No, we
We knew each other for a long time.
yeah. We've been friends since we were 18.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we worked together for a long time. We knew each other when she was in Texas and I was in California. She moved out to California, and then it was Sparks, baby. Spark! Yeah.
yeah, we started dating right after I moved out to California.
Yep.
So.
If you could choose between emotional scenes or action scenes, which ones do you prefer to do?
It depends on the project. I mean, sometimes there are projects that have very emotional scenes, but sometimes it feels a little strange in that project, and others you're like, oh, this is really good. This is some really meaty stuff that I can sink my teeth into. And other times you just want to fight. You just want it to be cool and, you know, have the scene be really exciting. So it just kind of depends on what the show is.
I usually, like if it's just a video game, I prefer to do something with more story in a video game as opposed to just like straight up fighting game. Just for the recording process, because usually in a fighting game you don't really get to do very much other than go in and just like scream, which can be kind of painful to scream for just 4 hours straight. But those are, you know, crazy fun to play, so.
Yeah. Although Nadine does pose.
Nadine
Quite
is so freaking cool. But that was mocap. I mean, we went in and filmed that, yeah. Oh, is she? Oh, hello. Yeah, we filmed that. So, I mean, filming all of these scenes and working with Richard McGonigal, he's so good. He's so good and he's so charming, and it's just like, I just loved talking to him so much. Yeah, that was a great project.
It is. I'm still.
Still working on it?
Yeah, I'm still. Because of this, I haven't finished it, but
no.
I'm going to finish it afterwards. So, are you guys ready to ask some questions?
Yes!
So let's start.
Yes. Oh my God! I feel like.
I think the mic's off.
Oh, are you guys talking?
The mic.
Alright.
Oh, there.
Hello? Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Alright. So, I got one question for each. First, for Laura, I mean, we all know your kid Trunks from Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
and how did it feel working with Sean Schemmel and Christopher Sabat, these big voice actors?
Well, I mean, it was really awesome working with my dad, but it was kind of lame working with that dork Goku, because, I mean, he's not as cool as everybody thinks he is. I mean, he kind of smells bad. I mean, and he always has food in his teeth, but my dad is like really, really cool, you know? I mean, like, he takes me to the park when I ask, and he can beat anybody up. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
And for Travis, we love you as Roy Mustang, but if you could be anyone else from Full Metal Alchemist besides Roy Mustang,
Lust.
like...
Yes, I've got my eye on you. I'm a homunculus. You're gonna die.
Speaking of Full Metal.
Oh, there
There it is.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Snippity snap, snip pow!
We were talking about screaming earlier.
Yes.
Those screams are epic.
Those screams were painful. Mike McFarlane did not make me do that too many times.
S'mores,
thankfully.
I'm making s'mores out of you. And hold it right
I
there.
gotta admit, I mean, Mustang's pretty freaking cool in this scene. Oh, so bad at it.
Eva.
Eva.
Thank you, man.
Hello.
Hello.
It's my first time meeting you, and Laura, I want to say your role in Resident Evil 6, Helena, the best role I ever heard. I loved the
Thank
way
you.
you did emotional scenes. They were kick-ass.
That was amazing to get to work on. Yeah, thank you.
So my questions is for both of you, just one for both of you, and is this: if you both of you wake up in the morning and you realize you're stuck in an anime or game world, which anime or game world would you love to be stuck in?
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Actually, somebody asked something like this once, and I was like, "Oh, I would be in the Marvel world because
Dude,
then
that
there
would
would
suck, though.
be super. Yeah, everything would be getting crashed all the
All the
time.
time.
Like if you lived in New York,
And you were just a regular civilian? It
like
would
sucks.
suck.
They had, like giant whales from outer
Yeah.
space crashing through the buildings. Thor's like lighting everything up with lightning. Hulk smashing everything.
Yeah, no.
thank
I'd choose like fruits basket.
Perfect.
Really?
Yeah, because it's pretty normal. Only people turn into animals. That's cool.
Oh my god.
Maybe like Adventure Time. That'd be pretty fun.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Okay. Or Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
So, longtime fan, very much not into the community because I never realized that, Travis, you are literally my childhood.
You're welcome.
Travis was my teenage years. And Laura, too.
Yeah,
I'm your whole life.
well,
I feel old.
any self-respecting fan of the both of you should know that you, Travis, were gifted a paddle. A very specific paddle.
Oh, no.
If anybody is unfamiliar with the term, look it up. And I want to ask you, is Laura a good miniskirt or a bad miniskirt?
I love how half the room over there went like, oh my god.
That is really graphic, okay?
So there is like the harem of miniskirts, and then there is my wife. And there is no paddle for my wife.
No, no. No, no.
Darn.
Welcome to Puerto Rico.
Thank you.
Yeah, from all your roles, which one it was the hardest to play, the hardest project?
You go first.
Well, there are roles that are very vocally stressful. There are a lot of voices. So some voices are easy for us to do for long hours, hour. But,
Hour.
because it's usually within our normal vocal range. But even trunks for Laura can be super hard because you have to drop your voice down and do this, and it's really gravelly. If there's a part that has to go from here and then like drops down into deeper, and then all of a sudden like you have to do like a horrible accent on it,
And then maybe he's got like really big teeth, you know. So all of a sudden, like it's all messy like this, right?
It's kind of hard. So really vocally stressful voices are pretty tough to do for long amounts of time. So those can be tough.
Yeah, like Omochao in Sonic. Yeah, which is just so well loved by everyone, I know. Yeah, I know, right?
Actually, I ended up liking her because you were voicing her.
Oh, thanks. I think he's a boy, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was super duper painful, and I remember auditioning for it, and I like almost sprained my vocal cord just doing the audition for it, because it was super duper high, like this all the time, and I think my face turns bright red as I'm doing it. And I was like, dear God, don't let me get this role. And then I booked it, and it was like 4 hours at a time doing that voice, and my director actually had to like reteach me, and this is after I'd been voice acting for 12 years, teach me how to stand in the booth in order to get that kind of a voice to happen and maintain it for that long, because I'd gotten so used to my own postures and my own way of doing things, and like with something like that, you really have to be technical with it in order to sustain.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Has there been any role that's emotionally draining?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them are. But that's the nice thing about acting, is that you are engaged in it in the day, and then you go home and let it go.
Do you, though? I mean, that's what's so
If you're
hard.
sane.
I mean, yeah, it's hard though, because like when you're doing something that's draining and emotional and like depressing, and you're in that state for a long period of time, it's really hard to shake that emotion out of your body. Like when I recorded like Fruits Basket, the very end of it,
Oh God.
I remember coming out of the booth and just thinking that I was the worst actor in the world, and I was terrible, and I was doing a horrible job. And I love you. And Justin Cook had to be like, you, it's sounding really good. And I was just so in that state, in Toru's headspace, that, I thought everything was really bad. So it just gets you sometimes.
Hello, Laura. Hello, Travis.
Hello.
Hope you have a wonderful time here. I need you for this question, I need you to think of 2 specific characters that you have portrayed over the years as anime, video games, and even critical role. Well, not critical role, but, games, like role-playing games.
Okay.
If you had the opportunity to bring 2 of these characters into our reality, so it could be your best friends, to hang out, drinking buddies, whatever, who would they be and why?
Jeez. No, you don't want to be best friends with Roy Mustang. He gets all the girls.
He gets all the girls.
It sucks. I would have Thor be a best friend, because he would drink all of the ale that I would drink. And I would not be best friends with Grog, because we would get in fights every 1 or 2 days in a row. So Thor and not Batman. That guy's a jerk.
I would probably choose Maka as one of. She's so cool, and hopefully she brings Soul with her.
Hopefully.
I would be best friends with Vexalia.
Would you?
Are you kidding? She's so cool.
I don't know.
He's full of sass.
Personally, I'd be friends with Lemley from Titan's Grave.
Oh, Lemley, are you kidding? But no, I mean, she's crazy. She would.
And I
she's
tried,
awesome.
Roy, believe it or not. Thank you.
Well, nice, thanks.
Hello.
Hello.
This is a question for Grog, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm all ears. Yeah, what do you want to say?
Well, you see, I'm gonna be a barbarian soon, and I need a little bit like tips and advice to know how to actually crack skulls.
Yeah, cracking skulls is like a lost art form. So here's what you do. You go out and you grab skull A and you grab it with your hand.
Yes.
And then you go and grab skull B and you grab it with your hand. And then you make AB smash. And then you smash again. And then they go, no, please don't smash my head. Oh no, it hurts so much. Smash. And then you keep smashing until they don't talk anymore. And then you're a barbarian.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's really technical head smashing.
Yeah, it's a lost art form,
Yeah.
really. Yeah.
There's a lot of technique in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned it from a samurai.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, I have a question for one for Laura and then one for Travis.
Okay.
Laura.
Yes.
As a huge RPG fan, I will have to mention one of your most underappreciated roles I have ever seen. Kaine from the game Nier. Holy shit, I love the way you were swearing your ass off.
Thank you so much.
It was beautiful.
Sorry. I would do it, but we're all old in this room. There's video cameras.
Yeah.
Hi.
I do see one child.
Oh, see? There you go. So I'm going to be on my best behavior right now.
And for Travis, how did it feel voicing the gag reels in Blaze Blue as Relius Clover?
I don't remember them. I think it was funny at the time, but I actually can't remember. That's one of those games where we pop in for like an hour or two, and then we leave, and we don't ever know.
We don't ever get to see it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Well, I ask this question at every single VA panel, and I always get really great answers, so I'm really excited to hear yours. What is the weirdest thing you've ever said in booth?
I have mine.
I know there's a list, but like, what is the weirdest thing?
So in an anime called Glass Fleet,
Oh, yeah, well.
I play this character named Cleo, and you play, what was your character name?
Michelle.
Yeah, Misha. And Cleo's call, like his slogan, is he would take out his harmonica, flip it through the air, and catch it, and say, "Feel my wind." I was like, you'd see it on the page, it was like, "Feel my wind?"
Really?
What does that mean? Is he farting?
I feel like something got lost in translation.
Doesn't make any sense. And then sure enough, at the end of the series, Laura's character comes up and says,
I feel it. I can feel your wind. And she's standing like right behind him as she says it.
and that's when we both broke.
Yeah. There was amazing outtakes on that project. I wish we could have released just the whole DVD, the whole series redubbed with just our outtakes.
Yep.
Mine definitely came from something in Shin-Chan. Just pretty much almost everything Shin says, but I do remember saying, "Cover your ears, little one."
Earmuffs.
Last one to the basement, there's a dead hooker! They were playing CSI, I think is...
Well, like you say.
Like you say, you know.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
I've been wanting to ask this forever. Full Metal is my favorite anime from all time. And shows like that, where you literally set your wife on fire repeatedly, spoilers, and in like Infamous, where you disintegrated your husband. How awkward is that? And do you like keep confidence? You know, I killed you in this game, or I killed you in this series. Is that awkward? Is that fun? How is that?
Who's winning?
What's the kill count?
I think I'm winning.
Are you? We have not kept count, but now I really want to add it up. I feel like I've won.
What?
We've got to go through it. We've got to go through and figure this out. I know, his homework.
Tweet it out.
I think it's, right, somebody needs to do the math on it. I think it's fun.
Yeah. It's so much fun. We're like, I get to kill you.
And it's so weird because why don't we ever get cast on like the same team? We're always on opposite sides.
No, we're on Avengers, we're on the same team.
All right.
There are times we're on the same team. It's always fun though. It was weird doing Full Metal Alchemist because she went in and recorded all of her death screams first, and you know, like I'm married to her, but I've never heard my wife scream like she's being burned to death. So when I came in and heard her going like, ah, I'm like, oh my god.
I feel really bad.
Yeah, I feel bad.
The scene.
Yeah, and then you do it a couple of times and you're like, this is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey.
Mother of Dragons.
Yes, I am.
Dracarys. Yes.
There you go.
Okay, I wanted to ask you guys if when you search for roles, do you usually do them together? Like, when you look for a job, do you go together?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, no. Usually.
So it's like a coincidence when you get together?
Yeah, it's a total coincidence. Like, we auditioned separately. I don't think we met. might have auditioned together once or twice.
Yeah.
But it's super rare. Yeah, we usually audition on different days, you know, different
But like
things.
for the same job? Well, not the same job, but the same show or video.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that show will come out and they'll put out, you know, auditions for all of the characters, and we just have, you can turn it down if you want. Just pull it down, there you go. Yeah, and we just audition separately, and if we get to be in the same show, we're like, yay, double prizes!
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, like we went in, they didn't even know we were like married. They didn't even know we knew each other when we did Infamous.
Yeah.
In fact, like one person at the company knew that we were married, and they didn't tell anyone because they didn't want it to affect anything, to go like, oh well, this is, you know,
Yeah.
Reggie's actual wife coming in to play Delson's girlfriend. Weird.
Yeah. We showed up on the mocap stage in the morning, and I went over and got a cup of coffee and gave her a kiss. You know, early in the morning, the guy was like, "Oh shit, you guys are close." Wow, you Californians are so lovey-dovey. That was right on the mouth. I was like, "Yeah, man, watch this." I'm like, I reach over, pinch her, and she's like, "Stop it!" He's like, "Dude, you can't do that." It's like, I bet you I can.
That happened on Halo too.
Yeah.
We walked into the stage together, and they were like, "Oh, did you guys drive together? That's weird."
They're like, "Yeah, we drove together." I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird.
Thank you.
Hello, Travis and Miss Bailey. This question is mostly to Travis.
You can turn it back up. There you go.
It's me as a comedian. Anyway, if you were in Ginkgo's shoes from Mushi Shi, what Mushi would you rather, at least if you were really fascinated or at the very least being scared of?
Oh, well, so Mushishi was this gorgeous anime where I played a character named Ginkgo that hunts these invisible creatures of like the spirit realm that only he can see.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous. There is one that invades your eyeballs.
I was in that episode.
You were. And it invades your eyeballs, and under the moonlight, it comes pouring out of your eyes and straight up towards the sky, which would just make me run the opposite direction. But I would like to avoid that one, because that's freaky as hell.
I bid adieu.
Hello, guys. So as I told you guys in the booth, I'm really looking forward to moving to LA soon to be a voice actor. So I kind of want to know, how do agents operate? Because I've had the privilege of working with Bangsu before, and I know they operate kind of differently.
Yeah.
Since you go in and then you audition or speak directly to Mommy or any of those guys, and then you get started. So how do agents work?
I mean, it depends. You know, Bang Zoom does a lot of different projects. They do non-union work and union projects at the same time. They usually really like a good demo. They like just to hear your range, what different kind of accents you can do, how much flexibility you have. And that's pretty much it, you know.
They do all the rest, right?
What's that?
They do the rest?
Yeah.
Send over the demo,
Yeah.
they take over.
Agents are, you know, you have to send out your demos and hope that they contact you, because a lot of times it's hard to get an agent starting out as an actor, because, you know, they have limited slots in their agencies and everything. So it's good to find like a smaller agency that is good at building up talent when you're new. And so just do some research on boutique agencies or something like that. And also, since you have worked at Bang Zoom, you know, maybe talk to some of the other actors or even Mommy or something at Bang Zoom and say, you know, what agencies do you work with the most? After I've worked with you a couple times, would it be okay if maybe you recommended me to that agent? Because that's the best way to get in and actually get signed, is to have somebody that is a client, somebody that hires people, to say, I would hire this person, I would like for you to meet with them. And then they'll know that you will get hired, and they'll be able to like submit you on auditions and everything.
Yes. I got it. Thank you guys so much, right?
You're welcome.
Hi guys. So I have a question for both of you. We were talking about Catherine, and that's one of my favorite games ever. So I wanted to know, like, what was the process for Catherine, and have you played the game? Did you like it afterwards? What do you think?
It's a hard game.
I played a little bit of it, and I sucked. But no, I mean, the recording process for it was, sadly, it was one at a time.
Yeah, we didn't record together. I mean, they did a pretty good job of telling us what the basic story was, but we most of the time didn't get to hear what the other characters sounded like, and they didn't really make us aware what the gameplay was like.
No.
The puzzle part of the gameplay was super hard. We give it a try. Like, we try and play some of the games. If it's really, really difficult, though, we will probably not play it. Because,
Depending on the game.
Depending on how much we like it, yeah. Because we have a very finite amount of free time, and there are games that require like 40 hours of gameplay, and we're like, we gotta go play Dragon Age.
Yeah, like Dragon Age, like RPGs, like I'm playing the crap out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I that was one of the games, like I had no idea what I was until like we'd recorded a bunch, and Valerie Aram, who was the voice director on that, she's like, I don't want to tell you everything that's gonna happen, so we're just gonna record things, like you thinking that you're one thing, and then towards the end she was like, just kidding. Now what happened?
She wanted to make it a surprise.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. So, I'm still kind of shocked about the rules you guys have made from... I knew Laura being Lucina from Fire Emblem, but I didn't know about Travis being both King Garen and, surprisingly, Knuckles. Yeah. Kind of want to make... Okay, sorry.
Gotta formulate.
So, I was wondering... Sorry, it was kind of an overwriting process. I kind of want to ask to both of you, but since one question per person is... Okay, so... Okay, so... Laura,
yes.
Were you expecting Lucina to be this big? And Travis, how does it feel with working... probably for both of you, how does it feel having worked on Fire Emblem?
Oh, nice.
It's amazing having worked on Fire Emblem. I'm so happy to have been a part of that game. I had no idea Lucina was going to be as popular as she is, and that makes me so happy. That game, I didn't know the name of it when we were recording it, because a lot of times everything's a secret. So you'll go in and they won't tell you what the actual title is. And so somebody came up, and through the whole script, my name was Marth. Like, it never changed to Lucina. So somebody came up and wanted me to sign something for Fire Emblem, and they were like, "You're Lucina." I was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that game is." And finally I see a picture and I went, oh, Marth. And they're like, "Oh, yeah, but Lucina." I'm like, I had to like go back and look at all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. I had no idea.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of sessions on that game either, so it was only until we started coming to a few conventions and we learned how much people loved the game and how popular it was that we really, started to appreciate how great of a story it was. So, yeah, it was really great.
That game got me a discount on our dining table. It really did. I walked into the furniture store and the guy wasn't really helping me, and I was like, "I like this table," and he's like, "Okay." And I'm like, and he was on his his console, and he's like playing Fire Emblem. I'm like, "Oh, hey, that's me." And he's like, "What? What do you want? What do you want?" It's pretty great.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
I want to ask both of you.
Yes. It took you that long?
No. Yeah.
What triggered you into getting into voice acting? How do you get there? How do you get into voice acting?
Good question. I mean, we both started out doing film and TV, just regular acting and stuff like that. Voiceover is a little more, it's a different skill set. So it's different than being able to use your face to act, being able to use your body to act, being very subtle, and not using your voice as much. You just have a microphone. So whenever you're being recorded, someone needs to know that you're angry or upset or jealous or, there's rage boiling under the surface. And so we just kind of recognized that we had the ability to communicate those things with just our voice. There are a lot of people that try voiceover that come to it in games, that come from the film and TV world, and it takes a while for them to get used to it. And being that we're both really big gamers, we just know what sort of dialogue is needed in certain projects. You know, I really loved Dragon Ball Z, so I watched it all the time, so I really had an appreciation for anime. Laura loves playing RPGs like Mass Effect and Dragon Age and Elder Scrolls and things like that. So she really does very well in those types of recording sessions. If you really, really want to pursue voiceover, we always say, study and practice just acting as much as you can. Take classes, see what your voice can do, see what you can do, try and surprise yourself, record yourself. If you have a phone, usually there's something to record your voice with. If you have a computer, practice trying to imitate different voices and see what kind of flexibility you have. It's just about deciding what you really want and going for it.
It's good to read books out loud as well, because a lot of times, especially in voiceover, you don't get the script ahead of time. In animation, a lot of times you do, but in video games, you don't get the script. So you're reading on the fly, you're cold reading almost everything. So to be able to read a book out loud and not like screw up too much is a really good sign that you'll be able to do that sort of thing in the booth as well. And also, I always think it's smart to take voice lessons, even if you don't want to be a singer. Voice lessons help you increase your range, and so that made a big difference with me being able to voice little girls and also people like Lust, because that range was there already.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello again.
Hello, hello.
My question is, without spoiling anything,
Oh gosh.
how are you feeling knowing there is no critical role next week after what happened in the last episode?
Holy shit.
No spoilers. We're always nervous going in.
We're always nervous. I feel fine. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling okay. We really don't know what to expect, but that's every week. I mean, that's the great thing about D&D is that it's very much like improv. We don't have a script. We don't have any idea what we're gonna do. Matt just throws something at us and we just kind of react. So it's not like we can be really disappointed if it goes wrong, because it's not like we spent a ton of time going, this is the best idea I have. It's foolproof and it can't go wrong. Like, we're just like, just make stuff
Well, I
up.
think that's a grog mentality as well.
It's a good mentality to have.
There's no way that Liam is like, I'm gonna fly by the seat of my pants. Liam is like, what can I plan? What can I plan? What can I plan?
Which is pointless. It's pointless.
There's no point. He planned what he was gonna do last week, and that turned out
Yeah,
well.
it went to shit real quick. There's really no point.
It's all about the dice roll.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially when your fate is decided by a 20-sided dice. Like, this is a great idea. One. Like, who cares? Who cares? Yeah.
You killed yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, my question is for start. Nintendo has this series called Zelda.
Uh-huh.
His name is Link. Well, if he has more dialogue, what would you think his voice would sound like?
What would his voice sound like?
Yeah, beyond the if he has real dialogue.
He sound like this, man. Yeah, baby, my name is Link. I'm trying to get after that Legend of Zelda.
Very nice.
That's it, man.
Thank you.
I would play that game.
There you go.
Hello.
Got me a new magic sword. How you like my pointy ears, baby?
What's up? Hi. First of all, welcome to Puerto Rico. This is the first. Anyway, my question is, what is your favorite phrase from each of your characters that you perform?
Oh my God. Every single character ever?
Just choose one or two. Just one. Choose one.
My magic will tear you apart!
I would like to rage.
Well, thank you so much. Hey guys, what's up? Okay, so here's a quick question since everyone's been rushing to the question. So, Laura.
Yes.
How did it feel to be the president of the United States of America?
Thank you
and
for
fighting
asking.
aliens?
It felt, oh, damn it. Okay. It felt good. Felt effing good.
That was what I was hoping for. Thank you.
Effing good. And effing Tiger? Effing Burt Reynolds? What?
Hey guys, this one's aimed at Travis. Now, one of my favorite animes that I've seen you do, aside from Full Metal when I was a teenager, is Ouran High School Host Club, where you were Mori Senpai. He's a man of few words, and in the blooper reel, you lost it when Mori Senpai was trying to grab Honey away from the date.
Yes.
How many times did you lose it while watching the show?
I think I said more in the blooper reels than I actually said in the show. Because all I ever said was, fancy tuna. I'm just like, I think I blew that take, 6 or 7 times. It would just start and it looked so fun. I think I was pretty tired too. We've been recording like 7 hours in a small little closet type booth.
You go crazy.
You go nuts. And that, it just looked really funny. And so I'd be like, like I just couldn't stop laughing. So probably 6 or 7 times.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I made it.
Hello.
I made it.
My question is, how was it voicing Catherine and Johnny for the game Catherine, and how did you like the game?
It was awesome.
Yeah. It was great. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it was
I'm trying to think of something that I haven't said already about Catherine.
Did you have an idea of the overall theme of the game and how profound would it end up being?
Well, a lot of the game, what we recorded was to picture, which is really nice. It was kind of like recording an anime in that regard. So I got to see, like what her mannerisms were as we were recording. So that really helped. I was surprised because she has such a distinctive look about her. You like the way I phrase that? The voice that they wanted was such a youthful, sweet, innocent sort of voice. But then after it was explained, after we got to the point that it was, and I realized what she was and why she behaved the way she did, it made perfect sense for her to have that very youthful, innocent sort of sound because, it was just so perfect. It was such an amazing project to be part of and get to work with, Travis and Troy and all of our best friends on that game is just awesome.
It was a close-knit crew. And that's like the main difference between anime and original animation stuff is that with anime or projects that are like Catherine, there's animation that already exists, so we have to dub to it, right? So we're kind of confined to what's already drawn. The lip flaps don't change. You can't just make stuff up. But with original animation, you can kind of be as crazy as you want to, and then they'll animate to you. So it's 2 totally different processes.
And if I remember correctly on Catherine, some of the mouth hadn't been animated yet. They were still working out the mechanics for how the mouth was going to move with the dialogue. So we were actually recording to sound files matching the timing of the Japanese sound files as opposed to matching the actual animation. So that's a whole different sort of process when you're like recording long chunks of dialogue to specific timing. It's very, very strange.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is that it?
We're running out of time, but are we grateful that Travis and Laura came to Puerto Rico to visit us? We're so grateful for your visit, for sharing this world with us. It was a very, very enjoyable experience. I was wondering, in every conference that we have here in the video game conference room, we've taken a selfie with the public.
Awesome!
Would you be willing to do
Yeah,
that?
totally,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Perfect.
Should we just come down there?
No, they need to come. Yeah, come closer, guys. Not to the stage, not to the stage. There.
So we like turn around and do
Yeah.
Oh,
No, someone is gonna come up.
Oh my gosh, this is so crazy.
Don't be mad.
Go like
Oh my god, they finally.
You gotta get in the picture, boy. Get in the picture, man. Group on. Guys, just shoot off. Thank you. All right. 1, 2, and 3. Now I want you to scream.